Sheid. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio this afternoon, this Freeform Sports Friday, it is none other than Andrew Sheid. How the hell are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing all right, Derek. Good to have you back. Hope you enjoyed your vacation.
I did. I do not want to be back. I want to be in the Southern Caribbean getting more burnt toasties on my nosies. But, it kind of is what it is. You can't always get what you want. But, so a little bit of a different Freeform Sports Friday here on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM. We've got, what do we got? What is on the stick right now here at WRMN 1410? Oh, yeah, it is the Chicago White Sox spring training game. Who are they taking on?
I had to look today. I'm not too sure.
Oh, my.
I haven't been keeping up with today.
All right. Well, that's what's going on. Kind of got myself a little bit of a curveball coming into the studio today. Didn't realize that we were going to be carrying it, but we are on the tube of views. So those of you, all four of you that are on the YouTube right now, Jeff, appreciate it as always. So that's why you couldn't hear us in the very beginning because, well, I had to start it. I had to start the stream. Then I had to make sure my Smurf was all right. And then play the intro music and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of what's going on. Like I said, a little bit of a curveball. I did have a little bit of a hard time hitting the curveball in high school, college. Not so much high school, a little bit more so in college. But regardless, it is a Freeform Friday here on WRMN 1410 Big Top Sports. Yours truly, Derrick Geyer, joined by Andrew Sheid in the studio. And one of the things that we were talking about before we actually hopped on the two reviews was the fact that, I was talking to my roommate last night. We were talking about it off the air in CHSN, Chicago White Sox, spring training games. We're not really hearing them.
No,
or seeing them.
Yeah. The next one is tomorrow. And to allude to your question, they're playing the Texas Rangers right now, and they're beating them 3-1 in the top of the eighth.
All right. So theoretically speaking, I don't know if they're going to be doing a full post-game show or whatnot, but, it says the end of the eighth inning, then probably commercial break right now, but a little bit of flying by the seat of our pants, if you will. So they're playing the Texas Rangers right now, leading 3-1. But the thing of it is, until tomorrow, what is it? Is this going to be their first broadcast on CHSN?
Believe second or third.
Second or third, okay. But regardless, and then when I was talking to my roommate, we're both Cubs fans. I'm a Cubs fan. See,
right.
Cubs up there. Is the fact that, where in the hell are all the Cubs games?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too.
Where are the GD Cubs games? I mean, I'm not necessarily paying for the package because I'm kind of like mooching at this point off my roommate and everything. I'll keep it a buck. But no Cubs games. You have your CHSN.
Yeah.
One network. You have the Bulls, the Blackhawks, and the Chicago White Sox. Marquee Network, home of the Chicago Cubs. 2 networks. Why the hell aren't the games on the God blessed television? And everyone's paying for it.
Right.
And you're paying the premium package for it. Whatever it is, you want the Marquee Network, you have to pay that premium price.
Right.
You want the CHN network, you are paying the premium price. Albeit, you're getting the Chicago Blackhawks who lost that game last night to the Nashville Sucks Predators. I forget what the score is, but I'm not talking about that right now. We'll probably maybe get into it at the the other time or whatever. But you're not getting the baseball,
right?
And it's spring training right now,
right? This is the time you want to see people are like it's spring training that doesn't matter. But me as a guy that studies baseball the way I do, I look at the guys I know that are going to be on that roster opening day. Because there are guys playing that are going to be there opening day. Right. Those are the guys I watch during spring training.
I mean, Colston Montgomery.
Right.
Stud performance of a season last year.
Half season.
Well, still, I mean, it's either like a strikeout or a home run or whatever, but I mean, still. But to hit, 22 bombs in a half a season?
Yeah.
And do what he did, driving in 60-plus runs.
I want to see what he could do with a full season.
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. And with a new hitting coach.
Right.
In the form of one Derrick Showtime. I'm going to call him Showtime from now on. Derrick Showtime Showman. I really enjoy talking hitting with him. I mean, that is... I am thrilled beyond thrilled to actually be able to talk to him about hitting. But regardless, and then you got, help me out because I'm going to butcher his name. The dude, the Japanese Babe Ruth.
Munetaka Murakami.
Thank you. See, I brought it up. Squirrel! In my head. Couldn't remember his name, but thank you. That is why you are here, Mr. Andrew Mighty Man. Wait, I got to do that properly. Andrew Mighty Man Sheid.
Yeah, I have not heard that one since high school. I've been trying to keep it going. There's a select group of high school friends that still call me that, and it's mostly teammates.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are also doing other endeavors and everything.
This is true.
So, I mean, you posted it up on Facebook, so that's where I took that from because I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you've also talked to me about it before. Your nickname, but we'll get back into that in a little bit. But it's kind of frustrating because going back to not seeing the Cubs on Marquee, not seeing the Chicago White Sox on CHSN, and it seems like the rest of Major League Baseball, with the exception of 2 teams, the LA Dodgers and the New York Bronx Bombers, Yankees. Because, well, they have their own networks.
Right.
And actual networks. Not like any of the RSN, the regional sports networks, that have seemingly gone kaput. But they are actually broadcasting their games.
Right.
And I'm trying to rack my head around it. Is it because they actually can afford to do it because of their television contracts?
That I guess I could play a part in it.
Because, I mean, make no mistake about it. The Los Angeles LA Dodgers.
Right.
have one insane network deal that pays them buku dollars.
Well, when you're back-to-back World Series champions, I'm pretty sure you're going to get deals like that coming to you left and right.
Yeah, probably. But here, let me look it up on the Google machine here. Los Angeles Dodgers network deal.
And that, interestingly enough, that's how I was able to watch one of the White Sox games, because I have the MLB TV subscription, was able to watch the LA Dodgers broadcast when they were playing the White Sox.
Yeah. A game which the White Sox lost, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But that's all right, because it's still spring training.
Yeah, get it out now is what I said.
Yeah, absolutely. And, majority of the players, the starting, whether it be the pitching staff, the pitching rotation, the relievers, the bullpen, the starting 8 that are going to be on the field, they are not going to be playing all the games. We all know this, so I kind of feel foolish, talking about it. But as far as the Los Angeles Dodgers are concerned, they are currently in the middle of a 25 years, quarter of a century in years, 25 years at a deal of $8.35 billion with Charter Communications, formerly Time Warner, and that began way back in 2014. And this runs through 2038. So this is how they are actually able to get the cameras in there. This is how they are able to get eyes in front of their products, right? In front of their products, watching the product. I'll go with watching the product. And then you also have the New York Yankees deal.
Right.
And this is the Yes Network out there on the East Coast.
I've caught them a few times. So,
and they have a current deal that is going to be run until 2042, until that comes up. And they essentially, so the ownership structure for the New York Yankees, the Yankees, alongside partners including Amazon, Redbird Capital, and others, reacquired the Yes Network from Disney in 2019, valuing at approximately $3.47 billion. And they currently, if I'm not mistaken, they are currently doing a 6-month or however long the baseball season goes for the Yankees, streaming options, also with the Gotham Sports app for $25 per month or $240 annually throughout the baseball season. Or maybe it's, throughout the year. Well, because annually would be, yearly. And with that being said, they're essentially printing money, so they can afford to have the cameras out there.
Right.
They're I am very sure that they have the deals, the sponsorship deals. Now, shine the light on whether it be the Chicago Cubs. They're the frickin' Chicago Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
They should have also the sponsorship deals coming in as well.
They should, yeah. One of your most storied franchises in the MLB.
Right. And a fan base that spans the United States and
the world.
World. Right. Now, maybe not so much with the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, and I'll admit that.
Just for the simple fact that, 3 straight 100-loss seasons. It is spring training, but the Chicago Bears are no longer playing.
This is true.
The Chicago Unbelievable Bulls.
Okay, I like that one because I do
suck.
Did win one game in February, folks. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah. So winless in February. and I can do like a whole rant. I did a rant yesterday on yesterday's Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM about that. A full half an hour on how absolutely putrid the Bulls were.
As I can tell you, Windy City is playing more competitive basketball in Hoffman Estates. Even if it's at a lower level, they're playing more competitive ball.
Yeah. It's just, I have absolutely no idea. Fire everyone, get rid of everyone, trade everyone. I don't know. And you even mentioned the whole tankathon, that is potentially happening with the Chicago Bulls, where they can't even tank well enough to get the number one pick.
No.
They have about 6 or 7 teams that are below them.
Right.
That are considerably below them, where the Chicago Bulls need to lose the rest of the games, and the teams that are below them need to win at least 8 or 9 games. And anyway. But yes, so the CHN network, I would expect a little bit more.
Right.
And because, make no mistake about it, this is the time I feel spring training, new players, especially, who is the Japanese star?
Murataka Murakami.
Thank you. I butcher it every single time, so I appreciate you with that. And as a baseball fan, as a Chicago baseball fan, I want to get my eyes on the Japanese Babe Ruth.
Right.
Just as simple as that. I want to get my eyes on the Japanese Babe Ruth. Hell, I want to get my eyes on Alex Bregman. I want to get my eyes on Nico Horner. I want to get my eyes on Colston Montgomery. Who's the backstop for the Chicago White Sox? Cairo?
Yeah. Edgar Quero.
Edgar Quero. Yes. So, but I also want to get my eyes on the acquisitions from the offseason.
Right, like Sean Newcomb, Luis Angel Acuna. I'm just talking White Sox here.
Bring it, baby.
There are so many guys they brought in that I just want to see. Like, I'm 90% sure Sean Newcomb is going to make that opening day roster. So those are guys I want to see what they can bring to the south side of Chicago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the year. Make no mistake about it. And even the veteran presence that the Chicago White Sox have brought in this is trade bait. If they have a good season, Chris Getz is going to get draft capital for him.
Oh, no doubt.
Plain and simple. Plain and frickin' simple. So, but still, as a fan, and you're paying the prices that you are, here, let me look it up real quick. there's no CHSN cost. So at $19.99 for a month, a single team, just a single team, and $29.99 a month for all access. And the Chicago Unbelievables are putrid, absolutely abhorrent. The Blackhawks, where they have good games, and I could kind of say yesterday was a good game, even though they lost, I think it was, 5-2 or 4-2 or something like that to the Nashville Sucks Predators. And Connor Bedard scored a goal. Tyler Bertuzzi scored a goal. Okay, that's pointing, the arrow is pointing up. And the boys on the south side, well, currently in Arizona, on the far west side now.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're talking $29 per month or a yearly annual subscription for all access for all the 3 teams, only arguably one of which is somewhat watchable right now, Chicago Blackhawks. But I still want to get my eyes on the Chicago White Sox. And if I'm paying $349.99 a year for all access, give me the GD games. Give me the games. I want the games.
I gotta tell you, because I will admit I'm a White Sox fan, so I do pay that, or a Chicago fan, so I do pay for that all access. Because I honestly thought that going into the year the Bulls were gonna have a better year. I was not expecting half of what happened, but
I completely and totally understand where you are coming from.
But I still pay for it now because, like, when they do air games, like, the game's going to be on tomorrow. So I want to see it.
Right. And switch it over to the north side of town with the Chicago Cubs and the Marquee Sports Network. It's $19.99 per month. Whether it be for the direct-to-consumer streaming subscription, which includes live Chicago. I'm reading it off the Google machine here. For a direct-to-consumer streaming subscription, okay, so you could get it on your phone, which includes live Chicago Cubs games, post-game coverage, and on-demand content. So you go to Marquee, okay, you're able to do that. But then that's just for the direct-to-consumer streaming. It's not, I mean, the Marquee Network is also, the Marquee Sports Network is also available through like 60 cable and streaming providers, including Fubo, DirecTV, and Xfinity.
This is true. And I think you can get CHSN through Fubo and DirecTV as well. So
why aren't these games being shown? The Bears are no longer playing, even though we could talk Bears 365.
Really could after the year they had.
Yeah. And the coaching staff that they lost, the potential trade players that is going to happen, the draft that's going to be coming up in April.
Combine's going on right now. I mean, there's so much you could talk about. But
the Chicago Bears not getting a stadium deal or shovels in the ground this past 2025 season. Thank you very much, Kevin Warren. But, and the Illinois State, whatever. I don't want to grumble.
Yeah,
pissy. Oh, so, I'm going to take a short little break here, do that whole commercial thing. And, where did that go? Oh, this is the joys of doing. Oh, there it is, I think. Oh, yep. Okay. So we're going to send it to, well, actually, let's do this thing and kind of like make it like a regular. So that was our very motley opening for this Freeform Sports Friday here on WRMN 1410 AM Big Top Sports. Yours truly, Derrick Geyer, joined in studio with Andrew Sheid, talking about the streaming apparatus and all that stuff, the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Cubs not being on air for our viewing pleasures, but you can catch it. Pre-game show, I believe, is going on currently on WRMN 1410 AM The Stick. So that's going to be going on for, I don't know how much longer, but we will be back live and in charge, and we'll take it back from there. I think we're going to be talking about some Chicago Bears when we come back? Question mark? Yep. Okay. Send it to that. We'll do a little bit of this. Close the mics.
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
I know that voice. That was the voice of one Susie C. from the WRMN Morning Show. And maybe going forward, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe David Tease is going to be going in with that as well. But are we actually on the air right now? Or are they going back to... Because I see the on-air button. And if we are on air, hey, welcome into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Studio light went on, so that kind of denotes that we are actually on the stick.
Chicagoland.
No, it was just a game on the Sox game on the 24th. So they went up against Seattle. Oh, it does.
Hey, and welcome in to this Freeform Sports Friday here on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, this stupid one, STOOPID, Derrick Geyer, joining me in studio this afternoon. It is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid. How in the hell are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing all right, Derrick. Nice to have you back here with us. Nice to be able to work with you again. I missed you a little bit.
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate it. You are too kind. Thank you for sitting in on, Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. The couple of shows that you did sit in on, I do appreciate it, because without you doing that and without others helping me out, Nick Johnston, Double D, David Dykstra, Andrew Valentine, Marcus Mack, and the rest of the guys that I'm probably forgetting right now, thank you. I do appreciate it. And how was your go on, your solo endeavor here on Big Top Sports? Getting your sea legs or getting your studio arse, ready?
It was, started off, I was a little nervous, but once I got going, it just felt like I was just talking sports, and that was the fun part. Although, we were talking about this before going on air. I told you that one day I did the solo show. I did get one caller in, and he asked about a U.S. national cricket team, and I didn't even know that existed until he called in.
Yeah, not exactly the biggest of draws here, in my mind, but and because it is a little bit of a Freeform Sports Friday here on WRMN 1410 AM, Big Top Sports, Derrick Geyer, Andrew Sheid, I did bury the lead. If you want to be a part of this sporting conversation here on TGIFF, well, if you know what the second F is, then you know. If you don't, you don't. But feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or you could see our lovely mugs here on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Or if you want, you're a little too shy to do that, text in at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. So Chicago White Sox dropping one to the Milwaukee Brewers today by the score of 5-2. This is, well, it's spring training baseball. Not really going to get into it a whole hell of a lot, but I kind of want to revisit this on the actual stick on the radio side, because at the 4 o'clock-ish hour, we were broadcasting on youtube.com at WRMN Radio Big Top Sports.
Right.
And we were talking about the RSNs, the regional sports networks,
Right.
and being unable to see any of the games. Now, the Chicago White Sox, they are affiliated with CHS or CSN.
CHSN.
Thank you. Chicago Sporting Network. Chicago
Sports Network.
Yeah, and I just had it right now, and I still
CH
blew
is
it.
supposed to be Chicago.
Yeah, CHSN. Okay, so we were talking about CHSN, and we were also talking about Marquee Sports Network. And why are we not getting the games broadcast? And you brought up the fact that, well, they'll be on television tomorrow, the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
Fine, good, dandy. Okay, I get it. I understand. It's preseason games, but when you are going through and you are paying the exorbitant prices that you are paying for the streaming network, whether it be like the 3-team deal on CHSN, or you're doing the whole 1-team thing.
Yeah.
And you know, the same thing for the Marquee Sports Network. I am expecting to see my baseball teams on the television.
Right.
And I don't quite understand why. And if I was more of a journalistic host here, and I'm not. I'm not. I am a fan first that just happens to be able to talk sports and regurgitate numbers, sometimes correctly, sometimes maybe a little smurfy, but and still. But if you're listening out there, what is your take on not being able to see either the Chicago White Sox play or the Chicago Cubs play, even though you are most likely watching it on any number of the streaming services or the actual Marquee Network, Marquee Sports Network, or the CHSN network as well? Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. I am your host on Big Top Sports, Derrick Geyer. You are currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM, home of the Chicago White Sox. And joining me in studio today, it is Andrew Mighty Man Sheid, and we will be back after these short messages.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X. Heading into the weekend, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas in Illinois is $3.03, according to AAA. The national average is $2.98. Illinois Republican gubernatorial candidate Ted Dabrowski says about 25 counties placed an invalid candidate on the March 17th primary ballot. He says Joe Severino's name appeared despite a court ruling and state election officials directing counties not to include him. A coalition of lawmakers, labor groups, and activists is calling for higher taxes on wealthy individuals and large corporations. Supporters say the revenue would fund public schools, roads, transit, and other services, urging Illinois to take a national leadership role on taxing high earners. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Illinois Republican gubernatorial candidate Ted Dabrowski says about 25 counties placed an invalid candidate on the March 17th primary ballot. He says Joe Severino's name appeared despite a court ruling and state election officials directing counties not to include him. A coalition of lawmakers, labor groups, and activists is calling for higher taxes on wealthy individuals and large corporations. Supporters say the revenue would fund public schools, roads, transit, and other services, urging Illinois to take a national leadership role on taxing high earners. Heading into the weekend, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas in Illinois is $3.03, according to AAA. The national average is $2.98. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score.
Hey, and welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joined in studio, it is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid. And earlier on in the show, I don't know whether it was part of the YouTube feed or whatnot, but I mentioned that the Chicago White Sox were taking on, well, it's a split squad game today. You probably heard the Chicago White Sox taking on the Texas Rangers, which they defeated the Texas Rangers today by the score of 3-1. But my Dumas was talking about the Chicago White Sox other team, split squad, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers and losing by the score of 5-2. And on the other side of town, well, it is currently what it looks like to be the Cubs taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Top of the ninth, the Cubs are up on the Guardians by a score of 6-8. That game is yet to go final, but since this is WRMN and this is Big Top Sports, and this is also home of the Chicago White Sox. I would like to get into a little bit of the numbers today's game. First, starting with the Chicago White Sox taking on the Texas Rangers. And what do we have here as far as the Chicago White Sox are concerned? Well, first off, they won the game. Miguel Vargas, third baseman for this team, went 2 for 3. So that's good to see. Kyle Teal, 0 for 3. The other catcher, Michael Taylor, went 1 for 1. And I say 1 for 1 because, well, he probably came in around the 7th inning or so. Colson Montgomery, he went 0 for 3. Austin Hayes, he went 1 for 3 with a run scored. What else? Other notables here. Yeah, really, not really a whole lot of notables other than maybe Brooks Baldwin going 0 for 3 as well. And on the pitching side, Eric Fetty looks like he started off. Well, it was either Eric Fetty. I'm doing this off of the Google thing. So Eric Fetty pitched 2 innings, giving up no earned runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 base on balls. And then you also had pickup, right? Mike Vassell, he was a pickup, or was he on the team last year?
He was on the team last year.
Okay. Well, he gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 base on balls, struck out 4 in 3 innings. So that's pretty good. And I am not going to hold anything. And thank you, Anna Sheid, for chiming in on the YouTube.com at WRMN Radio, letting me know that the Cubs did win 8-6 over the Cleveland Sox Guardians. Yeah, well, if you're not a Chicago team, you just plain suck. Okay. Anyway,
this is true. You want to know something interesting?
No, I don't.
No, the Cleveland Guardians played the Cubs today, and they play the White Sox tomorrow.
Oh, well, I mean,
it's just an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Chicago White Sox can defeat the Cleveland Sox Guardians tomorrow. But going back to what I was saying, okay, so Mike Vassell, he was on the team last year.
Right.
My bad. It's a time where I should know this, but I am getting my spring training baseball arse into gear here. So I need to go back and figure out who's on what and doing whom or what position they play, not who's doing. Anyway, oops, slip of the tongue. But the reason why I'm saying I am not upset or concerned, that Vassell had 2 walks. Nice to see him have 4 strikeouts. Of course, it's always nice to see when your throwers striking out guys. But this is the time when pitchers are working on stuff, especially established pitchers.
And here's the thing. There's a reason pitchers and catchers are the first to report to spring training, because in my opinion, it takes pitchers and catchers the longest to get reacclimated into a season form.
I'll add to that a little bit. I wouldn't exactly say catchers.
Oh, okay.
That kind of like adds a little bit of a load of work. They're there, like a week and a half or so before everyone else reports. Yeah. Okay, fine, no biggie. But it's not like they're catching every single pitcher that's in camp. Yet, they're catching every single pitcher in camp. The pitchers are throwing. They're getting loose. They're trying to get stretched out, ready for the season.
Right.
And, well, being a former catcher myself, I know what a grueling season is. Now, whoa!
Excuse you.
No.
That one came out of right field. So sorry about that. I'll do a little burp investigation later on in the show. But, yeah, being a former catcher, high school and college, where, okay, I caught a majority of like the high school season, and I do believe we played somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 games.
Okay.
That's a lot for a high school kid to be playing games. And now I was a backup in college, and I didn't get a chance to catch all that much. But we were still playing around the neighborhood of 35 to 40 games in a season.
Right.
And that takes a lot of toll at that level. Now, when you multiply it by 4, and it's the 162 game season, then you add the week and a half of pitchers and catchers. And I know they're not really doing a whole hell of a lot other than, catching for the pitchers, except, working on stuff, getting a feel for the pitchers, lilt, tilt, whatever, for rise, run for the pitcher's fastball, their depth as far as like the curveball, their slider, picking up on the pitcher's mechanics and everything of like what will work, what doesn't work. So there's that aspect of things. And then you add the month-long journey of what is spring training.
Yeah, and I think that gets lost on people is you got a 162-game regular season, but you're adding another 20-something games on top of that with spring training.
And I know that they're not going to be catching 162 games in a season. This isn't back in the 50s. This isn't back in the 40s.
Where you have one catcher per team and he's catching your whole season.
Right, and doing double headers and double duty and all of that fun smurf. So, but it's still the wear and tear is kind of like what I am getting at as far as that's concerned.
Right, catchers also, and you could attest to this more, but catchers also have to deal with possibly getting a backswing to the head or
getting run over. Well, not anymore. I wish this rule was in place when I was in high school. Not getting run over at the dish because, man, I got my clock cleaned a couple of times. Coming back to the other split squad game where the Chicago White Sox lost 5-2, we had Chase Mydroth doing a little bit. You know, he had what looks like 1 hit, 1 base on ball, 2 runs scored. Cool. Drew Baker, Braden Montgomery 0 for 3. Lenine Sosa 0 for 3. Edgar Caro, he went 2 for 3. He also had 2 RBIs, so that was nice to see. And then where are we at? Sean Burke, again, 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits given up. And then Tanner McDougal, he pitched 3 innings. So, and he gave up a couple of runs off of 4 hits. And then Noah Schultz also gave up an earned run off of 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Every year in Illinois, over 30,000 drivers are arrested for DUI. Due to improper testing procedures, many people end up being wrongfully charged. The book DUI is Decoded cuts right to the chase and tells you how proper DUI's arrests are supposed to be made, from the initial traffic stop to the reasoning behind the field sobriety test, all the myths and facts about taking a breathalyzer, and more. DUI is Decoded is written by nationally recognized DUI expert witness William Polarinos. Available now at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
Are you looking for a way to be creative right now? Have you ever wanted to learn to watercolor paint? You can now do that from the comfort of your own home with Zoom watercolor classes. Get professional instruction from nationally showing artist Victoria Elizabeth. These classes are step-by-step, broken down with easy-to-understand instructions. They are affordable, too, at $15 for a 2-hour class. Visit her website at victoriaelizabethart.com to find out more. That's victoriaelizabethart.com.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X. A coalition of lawmakers, labor groups, and activists is calling for higher taxes on wealthy individuals and large corporations. Supporters say the revenue would fund public schools, roads, transit, and other services, urging Illinois to take a national leadership role on taxing high earners. Heading into the weekend, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas in Illinois is $3.03, according to AAA. The national average is $2.98. Illinois Republican gubernatorial candidate Ted Dabrowski says about 25 counties placed an invalid candidate on the March 17th primary ballot. He says Joe Severino's name appeared despite a court ruling and state election officials directing counties not to include him. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister. Now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Illinois Republican gubernatorial candidate Ted Dabrowski says about 25 counties placed an invalid candidate on the March 17th primary ballot. He says Joe Severino's name appeared despite a court ruling and state election officials directing counties not to include him. A coalition of lawmakers, labor groups, and activists is calling for higher taxes on wealthy individuals and large corporations. Supporters say the revenue would fund public schools, roads, transit, and other services, urging Illinois to take a national leadership role on taxing high earners. Heading into the weekend, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas in Illinois is $3.03, according to AAA. The national average is $2.98. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by KFC. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 66. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 28. Looking ahead to Saturday, a slight chance of snow after 2 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 37. Saturday night will be mostly cloudy with a low around 21. Currently, it's 62 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on. From PassItOn.com.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar. under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, joining me in studio this Freeform Sports Friday. It is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid.
What's going on, Derrick?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot right now. I mean, we're just talking a little bit of spring training baseball, being home, WRMN 1410 AM, being home of the Chicago White Sox this year and last year as well. So, you know, a little bit of a slow start to today's show, but I feel that we are right on track. And with that being said, we're talking a bit about spring training baseball. If you didn't already catch it, we already did the run through the Chicago White Sox having a split today, where they defeated the Texas Rangers and lost to the Milwaukee Bucks Brewers. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Well, let's not forget.
I'm a Cubs fan. I said it. I said it. You want to come at me, Milwaukee Brewers fans? Yeah. Milwaukee Brewers suck. Oh,
I got one better for you, Derrick. This is going to suck, but you're going to be rooting for the White Sox their first series of the regular season, because who do they play?
It's not going to suck.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
It's not going to suck. I have absolutely no problem rooting for the Chicago White Sox at all whatsoever. But before we get into any more of the sucking conversation here on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, Andrew Sheid, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or you could join us on the Tube of Views at youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio, or you could also use the text line at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. Oh, my great googly moogly, that Bang energy drink must be kicking in. And now we go to the north side of the Chicago with the Chicago Cubs playing out there at Sloan Park in Arizona, home of the Chicago Cubs. And yep, the Chicago Cubs beat the Cleveland Guardians by the score of 8-6. And I was trying to, you see me, I was working the keyboard here during the break, during the top of the hour break. Kind of goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of the show, which you could go back and watch on WRMN.com at, wait, I totally messed that up. You could go back on youtube.com at WRMN Radio and catch the first half of this show, because that's the only place that it was, because we got a little preempted by the Chicago White Sox game earlier. But with that being said, I was trying to go find it, furiously typing on the keyboards here. Or keyboard, not plural, just one. And trying to find the Dansby Swanson home run.
Okay.
Dansby Swanson hit a home run today.
Yeah. That'll make my mom happy. Her favorite player on the Cubs right now.
It would have made me happy. I mean, he went 2 for 3 today in the victory over the Cleveland Sox Guardians and drove in 3 runs, hit a homer, scored a run, had 2 hits on the day. Wouldn't be able to tell off of the Marquee Sports Network. Now, can we?
No. That's always been a thorn in my side with these teams that have their own networks and only play like 8 spring training games out of a almost 30-game schedule.
It's almost unbelievable. Bulls. Oh, wait, that's a totally different sport. Totally different team. Totally different. Yeah, everything. But I mean, also, I want to check out Alex Bregman, who went 2 for 3 today. I want to see, does he actually make a difference in the lineup?
Right.
I know he's quote unquote a winner, and he's searching. He changed his jersey number to number 3, signifying that he wants a third World Series championship. Don't blame him.
No, he does believe he can get that here at the Cubs.
Yeah. And I hope, knock on wood, knocking on my head for those of you that are not watching on the YouTube.com at WRMN Radio. But one of the things also, hey, Michael Bush, 0 for 3. Okay, not a big deal. Still early in the season. Hey, Matt Shaw, playing right field today. He was 1 for 2. Okay, I see you, Matt Shaw. I see you out there. PCA, well, PCA went 0 for 3. I don't know if there were any thrown bats or helmets. It's still early on in the season. Miguel Amaya, welcome back. I hope that he is healthy. I hope that he is able to contribute this year. And you know what? I kind of want to talk about I'm not exactly going to say that there's an early controversy on the north side with the Chicago Cubs at this point in the season, because geez Louise, it's only 5, 7, 8 games in already. I don't even know. It's preseason, but for all of yous, and I'm using the whole Chicago slang thing, for all of yous out there that are saying Kelly is going to be the Chicago Cubs opening day catcher. He may be the opening day catcher for the Chicago Cubs. Ain't no way in hell that Miguel Amaya shouldn't get a bulk of play this year for the Cubs. He's got a cannon for an arm. He can hit. Yeah. And make no mistake about it, he suffered very unfortunate injuries last year with a left oblique strain that kept him out for 11 weeks, approximately. That was at the very beginning of the season. And when he finally came back in his first game on August 13th, 2025, Miguel Amaya suffered a horrendous left ankle sprain, basically putting him out for the rest of the season and, being carted off the field when that happened. But in his 28 games behind the dish for the Chicago Cubs, he had a .281 batting average with an .814 OPS. I don't know about you, Andrew, but that's pretty damn good.
It is. And I think he showed the club that I deserve to be here and I deserve more playing time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was actually a pretty damn good thing that the Chicago Cubs did what they did last year in having 3 catchers. Sure as hell wasn't expecting that from Carson Kelly last year. But yes, Carson Kelly, up until last season, that was his best season as a batter and as a player in his Major League Baseball career.
Right.
But Miguel Amaya should be the opening day starter for the Chicago Cubs and the everyday person going forward. In my humblest opinions here on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM.
One thing I was going to say, because you brought up PCA, and I was just curious because he's playing as an outfielder for Team USA in the WBC this year. So I was like, when does he have to report for Team USA? And I have to admit, this is probably his last game in Cubs spring training camp for a while, because their first exhibition game for Team USA is March 3rd. So
which, if I'm doing my math, so today's the 20th. So that's what, Tuesday?
Yes.
So yeah, he's probably going out there, and and when I say out there, if I'm not mistaken, it's down in Houston, Texas.
Yes, they will be playing their games at. I could never say this right.
Minute Maid Park, Tropicana
Yeah, Minute
Field.
Maid Park, and they renamed it Durkin Park, I guess. Now they got a new sponsor.
Okay. WBC Classic 2026.
that just it had me curious when they had to report, because I'm like, wait, he played for the Cubs today, and he plays an exhibition game for Team USA in 2 days and hasn't reported to the team yet?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting because as I did actually pull up the schedule for the WBC and the Major League Baseball, I'm currently on MLB.com/World Baseball Classic schedule 2026 0303 whatever. And the interesting part about this is so come March 3rd, all the teams are supposed to be whole.
Right.
All the players
together.
All together. The players are reporting there. And so when it comes to the WBC, I'm trying to find the Chicago White Sox on here.
Yeah, because I know they have a few guys actually playing, maybe not for Team USA, but they're playing in the Classic. I know Kyle Teal is playing for Team Italy, for sure.
Yeah, so so you went there. So Team Italy or Team Italia is going to be playing the Chicago Cubs in Mesa, Arizona at Sloan Park at 3:05 Eastern Time on Tuesday, March 3rd. So you get to see Kyle Teal take on the Chicago Cubs.
Right. And for those Chicago fans that want to see those guys participating in the WBC, you get to see them in a real game scenario actually competing.
Real game scenario ish. Let's just say ish.
These games count for something.
They're exhibition games right now.
I'm just saying the WBC. If you want to see those players performing at a high level before the season starts, watch them here.
Okay. I'm finally picking up what you are putting down. Sorry, Andrew. I am going off of the CRS thing yet again. The can't remember Smurf syndrome, or the CRSS can't remember Smurf syndrome. But I mean it's kind of interesting because you've got teams like Colombia, the Netherlands, Panama, Canada, Israel. I don't know what the NCA is, but Brazil, Cuba, Italy taking on. And then Team USA is taking on San Francisco, and in Scottsdale Stadium in Scottsdale, Arizona. That game, however, will be actually televised on ESPN.
Right.
So a little bit, not bad there. Also, another game that is going to be televised on the Major League Baseball Network. It's going to be the Detroit Tigers taking on at the Dominican Republic in Estadio Cusa. I have no idea. Juan Marichal in Santo Domingo. And that's going to be in the Dominican. And then you also have like another interesting matchup as far as I'm concerned, maybe Team Puerto Rico taking on the Boston Red Sox. And that's also going to be televised on NESN Plus. SCHN. That's the network for Houston because Venezuela is going to be taking on Houston.
I'm just curiosity because I want to. There's two teams I watch in the WBC, Derek. I watch Team USA and I watch the Netherlands because I have really deep Dutch heritage. My grandfather's from the Netherlands. So I always watch the Netherlands when it comes to sporting events.
Sure.
And they are actually played, I believe it's Tampa Bay Tuesday. I could be wrong, but they have two expedition games. And I know one of them is against Tampa Bay, but I think that's the first one. So that is one I will be watching Tuesday as well. Because they got two guys on that lineup that are really good, in my opinion. Not only do you have Andrew Jones at the helm of that team as manager.
Okay.
You got Xander Bogaerts playing for Team Netherlands, as well as Ozzy Albies.
Nice. That's a nice combo. And then you also have, if you have MLB Sportsnet, Team Canada is taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. So maybe they can all commiserate about sharing their, silver medal tiers, if you will. And if you know, you know. But regardless. Hey, you're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM on this Freeform Sports Friday. I'm Derrick Geyer. He's Andrew Sheid. We'll be back on the other side.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors.
Yeah, because that made me curious. Because I'm like, I know they have to go to another country, but like Team Japan is already together.
Whether it's about the best lures
And all that, but I know they're played at the Tokyo Dome in
or that
Japan,
one
so.
buddy who always forgets to bring the
Well,
beer.
that in
John's
itself
got
is
the
kind of like
tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp 'em all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
Do you ever crave a delicious treat, but that pesky guilt lingers over you? Well, you can have your dessert and eat it too. Desserts that's gluten-free, keto, vegan, and actually delicious. Yes, we're serious. At Desserts Without Regrets, located in Gilbert's, we bake for people who read labels. Custom cookies, celebration cakes, and treats made with clean ingredients and zero guilt. No walk-ins, because great dessert takes planning. Pre-order only at dessertswithoutregrets.com or call Daria at 312-610-9033. That's Desserts Without Regrets, because dessert should never be a regret.
Start your weekend right with Dino's Night Out, Fridays from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino covers what's hot across the Fox Valley, from live shows to food fests and everything in between. Proudly sponsored by the legendary Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Your home for unforgettable concerts, comedy, and more. Tune in on WRMN 1410 AM or stream at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, your guide to the weekend vibe.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio today, it is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid. And we're talking a little bit of World Baseball Classic. And I'm looking at it right now. And the odds on DraftKings.com. And it looks like, well, maybe this is just the odds for the game, but I'm just trying to figure this all out. You know what? I will come back with this at the bottom of the hour break and try and figure out what the DraftKings odds are as far as like who is favored in the WBC. I assume it's the United States. Maybe a close second would be Japan. But, I mean, yeah. Who would you think would be the odds leaders?
You know, most people would think, you know, U.S. It's the American pastime, right? You know, that's what most people would think, right? But baseball has evolved so much and is spread throughout the world that you got so many countries that are viable baseball winners now. I mean, Japan being one of them.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got the unicorn and Shohei Ohtani. I mean, okay, so
You got Murakami playing for them this year as well. So.
Yeah. See, and that'll be another interesting team to watch if you are a Chicago White Sox fan, because
exactly
Murakami, I mean, big bat, supposedly from Japan.
Yeah, has the moniker Japanese Babe Ruth over there.
Right. So, with that being said, I mean, I'm looking for good things from him this season for the Chicago White Sox. Now, whether or not his style of hitting and everything translates from Japan to the American style baseball, that remains to be seen.
Right.
But as far as, well, you know what? I'm just going to go on to BetMGM, and who out of odds to win the WBC MVP in 2026, who do you think has the best odds?
I couldn't even fathom a guess for that, because I haven't even seen a team play an exhibition game. So, I haven't seen these guys play together.
Okay, fair enough. But who were the last two MVPs for whether it be for like the National League and or the National League or American League? Excuse me.
I think this year for the last year for the American League, wasn't it Aaron Judge again?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he has the best odds at plus 750 to win the MVP.
Right.
Now, the previous name that I had mentioned, the unicorn, Shohei Ohtani, for Team Japan at plus 1,100. Then you have a slew of USA players, whether it be Paul Skeens, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Bam Bam, Gunnar Henderson, and Logan Webb. So Paul Skeens, Harper, Schwarber, Henderson all have plus 1,800 odds. Logan Webb, he's got plus 2,200 odds. The next foreign player from the foreign field is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from the Dominican Republic, 2,200 plus 2,200, sharing the odds with Bobby Witt Jr., another USA player. Then of course you've got Juan Soto. Then you've got Seiya Suzuki, 3,000. Yoshinobu Yamamoto from the LA Dodgers, plus 3,000. The big dumper Cal Raleigh at 3,000. Byron Buxton, 3,000. And then Murakami from Japan at plus 3,000. So, even though he hasn't played a single game in the United States, he's up there because, as you had mentioned, Japanese Babe Ruth.
And some people are saying it's harder to hit in the U.S. than it is in Japan. So,
you're listening to Big Top Sports, 1410 AM, WRMN.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by RainX. A coalition of lawmakers, labor groups, and activists is calling for higher taxes on wealthy individuals and large corporations. Supporters say the revenue would fund public schools, roads, transit, and other services, urging Illinois to take a national leadership role on taxing high earners. Heading into the weekend, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas in Illinois is $3.03, according to AAA. The national average is $2.98. Illinois Republican gubernatorial candidate Ted Dabrowski says about 25 counties placed an invalid candidate on the March 17th primary ballot. He says Joe Severino's name appeared despite a court ruling and state election officials directing counties not to include him. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 28. Breezy conditions with winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Saturday, a slight chance of snow after 2 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 37. Currently, it's 59 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into the final half hour of Big Top Sports here on this week, here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio, it is Andrew Mighty Man Sheid. And, well, I didn't want to do it, but then I thought of something during the break.
Okay.
And I know that you don't know what I am about to come back with.
I don't, and I'm a little scared. Okay, I'm gonna be honest right now.
Don't be scared. I mean, you're kind of repping the colors right now.
Right.
You're repping the colors. Do you know? With that being said, do you know what I'm possibly getting at?
I want to say the Bulls, but I could be completely wrong.
Oh, no, my friend. You are absolutely...
Well, yes.
Well...
Yes. Yes.
Correct. But you got to say it right. You got to say, the Chicago Unbelieve... And oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So yes,
It's just laughable.
Yeah, and you'll kind of get an understanding of where I'm going with this, because I think we kind of talked about this at the very beginning of Big Top Sports, which was not on the stick. It was on WRMN radio at the youtube.com thing. So youtube.com at WRMN radio is where you could, see us, go back, listen to the show, because we were preempted originally by the Chicago White Sox taking on the Texas Rangers. Yay, they won. And one team that we are currently about to get into it, well, they went winless this month with an 0-11 record for the month of February. The only thing that I could think of is yay, this month is over with, and then you could start going winless the next month. And it got me thinking a little bit, Andrew. What do you think I might have thought of? Come on now. Use your big boy words.
I don't know.
And keep the swearing to a minimum.
I don't know. No, I'm completely drawing a blank.
Okay. So where my mind went, I was wondering, has there ever been a team that has, in the association, in the NBA, that has ever gone winless in a month?
Okay, that's an interesting question. You really, it's a question I would have thought of, but not off the bat. So you got me there.
Okay,
but that's a good question.
Now, so you need to go back to November of 2024. So 2 years ago.
Okay, way sooner than I would have thought.
Yeah, a year and a half ago, when the Washington Wizards went 0-14 in the month of November in 2024. Another team that went 0 in the month of November in 2023 was the Detroit Pistons. And the first time, well, I don't think it's the first time, but before the Pistons went 0 for a month in November of 2023, it was the Philadelphia 76ers in November of 2015. So now the Chicago Bulls share a month where they were absolutely unbelievable.
And you want my opinion? A lot of it stems from the dog smurf of a trade deadline that the Bulls had, because when you got rid of pieces that weren't doing much. You got rid of like I said Illinois Media School, when you got rid of Vucevic, you got rid of a 6-foot traffic cone. They were playing center, but when you shake up a starting lineup where you only kept 2 to 3 guys of the original starting 5.
Yeah, they went ahead and they traded 7 players off their roster. They got back 8. They cut 1 or 2. I'm not even sure at this point, but I mean, Dog Smurf is absolutely right. I needed to trademark that, but whatever. I'll let you borrow it since you're also here on Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM. But I mean, one thing that continues to plague the Chicago Bulls, and their next game is coming up. They're continuing their homestand, which will conclude on Tuesday, March 3rd, against the OKC Thunder. But before that game, they're going to be playing on March 1st against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I can't see them. I can't see them winning a game before they, leave the United Center and go out to Phoenix to take on the Suns next week. But I digress, because the reason why I'm kind of going off of this, and their stats for last game, while they shot 50% from the field, 40 of 80, okay, their three-point percentage last night sucked, 9 of 30, 30%. However, they finally hit some free throws, 23 of 30, 76.7%. I'm going to skip the rest of the other stats and get down to one of my favorite ones, turnovers.
That's been a big problem for the Bulls.
How many turnovers would you say that the Chicago Bulls had last night?
Since I wasn't able to catch the game, I'm going to take a guess.
Well, you've been following them.
I want to say minimum 12. Because it's been so bad lately.
Yes, it has been absolutely putrid, abysmal. Need to get some Pepto or something to stomach the games.
Shove a sparkler somewhere. I don't know,
Hey, what you and that sparkler do, that's between you and the sparkler. I am not going to yuck your yum, but I mean, when you have yet another game and you're turning the ball over 20 times, and and the opposition, the Portland Trail Blazers, get 22 points off of, the 20 turnovers. I mean, damn, you only get 18 points. So a 4-point difference. But those 4 points matter. Those possessions matter. And I don't,
Can I poke fun at the Bulls just a little bit here?
What do you think we've been doing?
I know, but just to dig a little deeper.
Okay, because dig that hole.
I get to, because of Illinois Media School, I get to work the home games for their G League affiliate, which is just an awesome experience to have. They actually have, their G League affiliate has them beat in Huffman Estates because, guess what? They won their last game in the month of February. So they won in February. They have you beat.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, they're playing a lot more competitive basketball at the Now Arena. And there's a problem when your G League team is playing more competitive ball than your NBA team. There is a problem there.
Okay. I understand where you are taking it. But that also kind of lends into the problem of what is going on with the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
Because if they are, well, one, it's the developmental league, the G League.
Right.
For the Windy City Bulls. And they're down there for a reason, because they cannot, for all intents and purposes, crack the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls.
But in that respect, you do have some guys that sign two-way contracts as well.
Yes, there are players on the Windy City Bulls that have two-way player or contracts, which basically means that they are doing the taxi squad thing, going up and down between the Chicago Bulls and the Windy City Bulls, back and forth from United Center or the Now Arena out there in Hoffman Estates. So there's that. But what I am trying to get at is the whole organization as a whole is just mind-blowingly inept.
Right. And
going all the way, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
Going back to Derrick Rose.
Right.
That's a long damn time ago.
That's the last, I could say, and call me being biased here, but the last superstar the Bulls have had, if you want to call him that, the last guy that's gotten that National League attention. And the Bulls haven't made a serious conference finals run since the days of Derrick Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So that begs the question, what is going wrong? Does there need to be a coaching switch up?
See, and that befuddlement right there, as far as the coaching for the Chicago Bulls, I think the Chicago Bulls have won a few games more because of the coaching.
Okay.
And, of course, it would happen now because I'm starting to talk about the coach for the Chicago Bulls. Who's the coach of the Chicago Bulls?
Billy Donovan.
Thank you.
And fun fact, his son actually coaches
the Windy City Bulls. So with that right there, and not the fact that his son is coaching the Windy City Bulls, but I think in the Hall of Famer coach, Billy Donovan, that right there has given the Chicago Bulls a few more victories on the season, or else it would be a lot worse, or at least a few games worse than the 24-36 that it currently is. But anyway, okay, that horse is dead for today. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and also joining me in studio, it is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid, and we will return after these messages.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors.
No, if I were the
DuPage
Bulls,
and
I'd
Kane
just
counties.
try and get the best draft pick you can
Senior
going
Citizens
into the
Council is
next
a
year.
volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin, or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
True, but not true.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip: the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better. Check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When our nation calls, patriots answer. The U.S. Volunteers Joint Service Command stands ready, honoring our fallen heroes through military funeral honors and serving communities during natural disasters and emergencies. If you're 18 or older, you can serve close to home with free training and just one Saturday a month. Prior service with honorable discharges are welcome. View our website today at usvjsc.org. We are patriots. We are always ready. We are U.S. Volunteers, and we want you to join us.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio today, it is none other than Andrew Mighty Man Sheid. And before we get going any further into this last segment of the week, I want to thank all of my fill-in guests, Marcus Mack, Andrew over here, Double D Dykstra, Nick Johnston, Andrew Valentine, Susie C., Bob Mariner, and if I forgot someone, I do apologize. I just know that there was a whole cacophony of guest hosts filling in for me while I was on vacation, so thank you very much for that. Also, you have a little bit of an endeavor that you are going to, start coming up on Monday. It's not co-hosting with me on Big Top Sports, but why don't you take it away, Andrew?
Right. I get to part of this new up-and-coming network called the Prime Coverage Sports Network, and it is, I could say, growing very fast, and I'm one of their new on-air hosts and analysts. I'm also serve as social media manager, but Monday we will have out a little teaser video for my morning show that'll be starting on March 9th. It is called the Sports Mayhem Morning Show. That'll be hosted with one of my dear friends, Adam Schneidy from Illinois Media School. So very happy to be doing that with him. Finally got him on today, so just excited about that. And I hope you guys can tune in on March 9th. It'll be starting from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., so kind of last 2 hours of the morning I'm taking there, Central Standard Time here. And just... it'll be more talking all sports at all levels. To be honestly, if we get someone that did something good at high school, I'm going to shout him out. Because if someone in high school makes national attention, why not shout that out? But I'm really excited to get going. I also want to thank everyone here at WRMN, Derrick being one of them, for getting me going here and kind of showing me the ropes and how to be a better on-air personality there. But just, really excited to get going and really excited to help this new network grow and become the best it can be.
Well, that is mighty exciting for Mighty Man. What is the network once again, Andrew?
It is the Prime Coverage Sports Network. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X.
Nice. And so you're going to have a little teaser episode on Monday, then the real time show starts the following week. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's getting in the studio, it's getting the reps, and basically paying it forward, because one of the other gentlemen here on, Sports Saturday here on WRMN 1410 AM, it is none other than the Mac Man, Marcus Mack. Looking forward to speak with him next week as well. But you could check out him and Kyle Long on The Truth About Chicago Sports from 8 until 9. Then I believe it's David Tees. Following that up, I'm not exactly sure what David Tees is going to be talking about, whether it's going to be fantasy sports or maybe golf coming up. But then followed after him from 10 until noon, it is going to be the guys from On the Rise, Mike Napolitano and company, Nick Johnston, Dalton Cooper, and I do believe there's another name that I'm forgetting off of that. But follow that, and let me tell you something. If you are not following the On the Rise guys on Instagram, you should probably do that, because quite honestly, they are getting some killer content, killer interviews, talking with the likes, covering the different sports, whether it's, the AHL All-Star Game. Mike Napolitano and company, got an interview with Patrick Sharp. Has also been doing other fantastic stuff as well. So definitely worth the listen to, and I'm very excited where our sports programming is going.
Right, 'cause it's growing every day, and it's nice to see.
Yes, it is. It's growing every single day, It's some of the things that are going to be in the pipeline. I can't really disclose right now, but it's very exciting. We're going to be doing another NFL draft show. Now, whether it's going to be in the studio or on location. Shh. Don't tell anyone. That remains to be seen. But then there's also the start of the baseball season.
Right.
And as I've mentioned ad nauseum, we are home of the Chicago White Sox here on WRMN 1410 AM. And whether or not there could be some potential viewing parties on the not too distant horizon, I'm manifesting it.
Yeah. And here's the interesting thing with the MLB draft and all that. The White Sox, the team we cover, have the #1 overall pick this year in the MLB draft.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they
won the draft lottery.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what will happen when you have 3 straight 100 loss seasons.
I can't disagree with you there. I really can't.
Yeah. But fortunately enough, this season, I will stake my nothing reputation on the fact that the Chicago White Sox will not lose 100 games this year.
I hope not. And they don't look like they will, to be honest.
No, not with the additions that they made and the nice young players that they have. So, hey, this has been a short week for myself back from vacation. It's been a fun week. Thank you for coming in studio, Andrew. I do appreciate you.
No problem.
You gonna run it back on Monday?
Yeah, I'll be here Monday with you. Why not?
Well, hot diggity hot dog! Andrew Sheid will be joining me in studio here on Big Top Sports on Monday at 4 p.m. So looking forward to that as well. Going to be putting in the full boat week next week. And yeah. So for Andrew Sheid, I am Derrick Geyer. This has been Big Top Sports. You're currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM. Have a hell of a good weekend. Later, y'all.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410.